What's up, everyone? Welcome to Union Gaming. This is your host, Roz. Um, After several weeks of fucking around and trying to figure out what was going on, I think I'm able to start recording again. I had some issues with my audio and with my capture card, but I think I got it all straightened out, so here we go. Before we begin, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You can find me at Eonian Gaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and at Patreon. Final disclaimer, as you could already tell by the couple of the F-bombs I dropped, this video is not made for children, so please be a good parent, don't let your kids watch, or if you do, be prepared to answer some very weird questions in the future. Alright, so I don't even know where to begin. The last time I did a video, I've recorded a lot of videos. Believe me, I've recorded a fuck ton of videos. None of them have been published because I'm having all kinds of audio problems. The sound is not recording for whatever reason. You're not hearing my wonderful, sweet voice through the audio, so I haven't been publishing anything I've recorded because it's frustrating that I spend 2-3 hours working on videos and then it was for nothing. As you can tell from the last video I published, I have leveled a little bit since the last video came out. I want to say I was in the 30s, and I am now almost 52. I fully intended to do a complete playthrough of Warcraft, but then again, there was an incredible amount of fucking around that I did too, and some of this shit just does not need to make the light of day. No one's going to enjoy watching me leveling my enchanting. Trust me. I didn't enjoy doing it. You guys won't enjoy watching it. I am able to AoE farm now because I'm a fucking boss. I did get a couple golden pearls out of these. Alright. I did not get a golden pearl out of that one. Alright, I'm going to teleport to Orgrimmar. And yes, I know I should probably have this on my hotbar. In fact, I'm going to put it on my hotbar along with Undercity because those are the ones that I use the most. And it's cheaper for me to just teleport versus use the portal. Same casting time, it's just the reagent cost it's cheaper for just me to port myself. Not that I'm hurting for gold. I am Burning Crusade rich, as I call it. I'm new money, not old money. I have I have more money on this account than I had up until near the end of Wrath, because I made a fortune during Wrath with Inscription, selling Nobles decks, and then giving Nobles decks away. The newest controversy of the day is fellow streamer, whatever you want to call him, Neckbeard Asmongold, has called the WoW community trash. Now, I don't know what the context was this. I just read the headlines and I don't dig too far into what the actual story is. I'm sure he said that there's some members of the community are trash, or the person he was particularly playing with that day was trash, or someone was just a trashy person. But, the headline read, he said the WoW community is trash. Well, if that's the case, and I'm just gonna go off the headlines, dude. You were trash for 16 years now. So, as one shitty person to another, hey man, no hard feelings. Uh, no, I don't know the full story. I just know he called the WoW community trash, and that was the headline. And I don't really follow Asmongold that much, even though he is probably the most famous Warcraft player in the world, um, next to Leroy Jenkins. Uh, that was a whole nother story. But yeah, I I don't follow him. His stuff's okay. I mean, I'm sure he'd watch my video and be like, yeah, his stuff's okay. He has a higher production quality of his stuff than I do because he's been doing it longer, and I'm sure he could figure out why he doesn't have or why he didn't have voice recording for like 4 weeks on any of his videos, and I bet you could have figured that shit out a lot faster than I did. So yeah, drop the comments. See what you have to say about Aswin Gold calling our beloved community trash. If that's what he said, I don't want to stir shit up, even though that's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think about this? Because I know he's been flirting with the idea of going and playing Final Fantasy 14 or whatever the hell the MMO is. And, the dreaded next gen WoW killer. And honestly, Blizzard's biggest enemy is themselves. Their controversy they got going on right now with their whole sexual harassment culture. and I'm gonna mention that a little bit too, because it's, how should I put this? It's one thing to be a piece of shit and sexually harass another person. That's completely uncalled for. If it happened 16 years ago and you're just coming out about it now because you want to remain relevant or you want your 15 minutes of fame, fuck you. You should have came out 15 years ago about it. And don't tell me that there was nothing in place to protect you. There were fucking discrimination laws in place back then 15 years ago. For God's sakes, it was 2006 whenever that came into place. Believe me, there were discrimination laws in place. Um, so yeah, fuck you if you're trying to remain relevant by drudging up stuff. Also, like, all the developers and the CEO of Blizzard and all this who are resigning over this shit. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they were guilty of something. And if you are, and believe me, I do know this, a little bit something about this, considering that my main profession is a retail manager for a big corporation, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That if you did nothing wrong and you promote a culture in your workplace of equality and understanding, and you also had safeguards in place to protect your employees for this type of stuff, you did nothing wrong and you had no reason to resign. other than the controversy. And as Eric Bischoff would say, controversy creates cash. So, yeah, I don't understand it. I'm not going to pretend to understand it. I have never, well, let me put it this way. I have never been sexually harassed to the point where it has affected my life. And to the point where I need someone to pay attention to me. I need I need retribution. I need reparations for how I felt 15 years ago. I have never experienced that, nor um, nor should anyone. Now, as far as casual flirting in the workplace and all that shit goes, yeah, I've been involved, and it didn't really affect me too much. Okay, where the hell is this box at? Power core fragment, that is not it. There is some stuff around here. I don't want any of that. I want the... There it is. Alright, I'm going to go to turn this quest in, and then I am going back to the Badlands. Because... Or not the Badlands, but Searing Gorge. Because I got shit to do down there and characters to level. I am also doing a fucking retarded way of leveling this. I don't know if it's retarded. It's going different than what I'm used to. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm 2 levels behind where I should be. If that makes sense. Like I just started Searing Gorge at level 51. And I usually blow through that like 47 to 50. So I feel like I should be in Feralis. Or no, I've already did Feralis. I feel like I should be in Felwood or the Plaguelands right now. And just generally hating life because the shit's killing me fast. Also, I should probably be in Ungoro as well. So this is going a lot differently for me than I'm used to with the leveling of Warcraft. And I think a lot of that has to do with me fucking around a lot with Rested XP, etc. So, other topics of the week for last month. Fans of professional wrestling were saddened a few weeks ago by the death of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. As I said in one of my earlier videos, which never got published because the sound never recorded, was the very first live wrestling match I ever saw. The main event was Paul Orndorff challenging Hulk Hogan for the WWF title in the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. And that was a huge match. I was probably 8 at the time. Hulkamania in the 80s, by the way, was no joke. Whenever you hear like Gorilla Monsoon or one of the commentators, whenever Hogan came out, the roof's about to come off this place. The loudness of the crowd when Hulk Hogan walked through those curtains was legit. But Hogan lost that night. Hogan lost by count out or disqualification. I think it was count out. And because I was young, I didn't understand the rules of professional wrestling, so I thought Hogan lost his title. I was heartbroken. I was a Hulkamaniac up until Macho Madness reached out in '88 when Savage won the title, and at that moment on, fuck Hulk Hogan. Yesterday too, the wrestling world was also saddened by the death of beautiful Bobby Eaton, best known for his NWA days as part of the Midnight Express. When I got back into wrestling in the early 90s, I stopped watching wrestling in '89 when Hogan beat Savage. I was fucking done. I hated Hogan. I love Savage. And I was done. I didn't watch wrestling for almost 2 years. A little over 2 years. When I got back into wrestling in '92, um, I started branching out. I got into tape trading, and I started branching out because I didn't only want to watch WWF. I wanted to see what else was out there. I like professional wrestling. I like all aspects of it. I like the stories. I like watching. I like watching independent wrestling. Up and comers, not members of the big corporations like Ring of Honor or New Japan or AEW. I'm talking like just independent fucking selling out, selling 50 tickets in an armory type situation. I have a couple of friends who are in the professional wrestling independence locally. Big shout out to John Roden and Bronco McBride. Uh, those guys are plying their craft, and big shout out to them. But yeah, beautiful Bobby Eaton. When I branched out and I started watching other federations, there was this little faction in WCW called the Dangerous Alliance, and you want to talk about some world beaters here. This is who was in the Dangerous Alliance. You had this young guy, long blonde hair, called Stunning Steve Austin. You had the living legend, the original legend killer, Larry Zbyszko. Um, you had former horseman Arn Anderson. You had beautiful Bobby Eaton. You had Medusa, and you had the anchor point for the stable of Ravishing Rick Rude. Now, a lot of people probably have never heard of any of those guys I just mentioned. Uh, I mean, you have to be pretty hardcore to understand who Stunning Steve Austin was, uh, or Ravishing Rick Rude, or any of these guys. If you're if you're over 25 years old, you know at least who one of these people is, if not more. But the leader of the Dangerous Alliance was a young man, very thin man, named Paul E. Dangerously. Uh, he disappeared from WCW in '92, and he was never seen again. I often wonder what happened to Paulie Dangerously. I'd like to see a follow up, like, oh, where are they now? Scenario. And yes, I am trolling all of you listeners. I know Paulie Dangerously is Paul Heyman, advocate for the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He's done some stuff. You know, he's also the advocate for your tribal chief Roman Reigns. So, I mean, he's had a career, and you know, he also ran his own little company out in Philadelphia too, in the early to mid '90s, and that during its heyday, named ECW. So, I mean, you might have heard of some of the stuff he's done. You might not have too. So, but anyway, beautiful Bobby passed away yesterday. I believe he was 62. Very sad. He was so fucking good. Like, he is underrated as far as talent goes. He did not have star power, all right? He was never going to main event. He had the charisma of, I don't even know. Name something that's non charismatic besides me. Um, he had no charisma, but he worked really well, and he worked really well in a tag team situation. Um, my favorite spot of his is when him and Anderson tag teamed. Anderson would do this spot. Eaton would be in his corner. He'd stand up on the first and second rope and lean over trying to reach for the tag. All right. Anderson would take their opponent while Eaton was leaning over and smash them head to head. So the opponent's head come crashing into Eaton's head. And then Eaton would take a bump, fall onto the floor, and that was the end of the match because he wouldn't be back. He would sell that Anderson basically just crushed his skull with another human being. Now, you may think, oh my God. But the part of this that was amazing was this was a sacrifice play. He would do so much damage to Eaton to take Eaton out of the match, but it did more damage to their opponent. And Anderson was usually able to finish off the team that they were facing. Really incredible stuff. If you ever get a chance to see that spot, they did it in about 4 or 5 matches I can name in 92 alone in their pay-per-views. So I'm sure Bash at the Beach 92 or Halloween Havoc 92 or Great American Bash 92. I'm sure you'll be able to see something along these lines of this spot I'm talking about. So, yeah, I've done some quests up here. I'm gonna go down. Okay, I got that one done. All right, I'm gonna go do a couple more quests down here, and then I'm gonna call this a video. I got like 37 minutes left on my ribbon dance buff, so that'll be enough to get me pretty close to 52, if not 52. And let's see here. What else exciting is going on in life in general? Not much. I get a call. I'm on vacation this week, so I got a call from work this morning. I hate my job. I'm throwing that out there. I hope people I know watch this so they know how displeased I am right now with the situation that's going on at work and the need for me to switch my schedule around. And the fact that, that I'm on vacation and I'm pretty salty about it. I'm not going to lie. That I'm getting bugged with dumb stuff at work. Let's see what else exciting is going on. That's about it. I was telling some really cool stories. Well, they're cool to me, so you guys can take them for what they're worth. I'm just going to go ramble on about certain things in pop culture right now. Some of the stuff that I watched the new Suicide Squad. Sorry guys, tired. But I watched the new Suicide Squad this morning. It was not bad. It didn't suck. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll like the new Suicide Squad. John Cena is fucking funny as hell as I don't even remember, Captain Liberty or something. I don't know. It was something stupid. Peacemaker, that's what it was. it was legit good. I enjoyed it. It was way better than the first one. Some of the casting was really good too. Having Taika Waititi um, as the original rat catcher, number one, that was really cool. I guess these things are immune to nature. All right, I lived. But yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. Um, I watched Hudson Hawk the other day. That movie is god awful. And it hurts me to say that because I love that movie. I love dumb Bruce Willis comedies. But my god, I think my tastes, I think I might be maturing. God help me. But that movie is fucking trash. Like, it wasn't even funny to watch it. And usually I laugh my ass off when I'm watching it, but not this time. It wasn't. It was not good. But I have eclectic tastes in movies anyway. Um, the new Suicide Squad, I gave it 8 out of 10, um, which is one of the higher ratings that you will ever get out of me. There's very few movies that are going to get 10 out of 10 out of me. Even my favorite movies of all time, very few of them are going to get 10 out of 10 for me. Uh, but to give you a perspective with the new Star Wars trilogy, how I rated those movies on a star system, or a point system, as you will. The Force Awakens was about 6.5 out of 10. The Last Jedi got 7.5 out of 10. I want to say it was almost 8 out of 10. And then The Rise of Skywalker got 3 out of 10. It was not a good movie. So, yeah, that gives you some perspective. Uh, Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice got 2 out of 10. The Justice League movie got 4 out of 10. Now the Snyder Cut got 7 out of 10. Yeah, the Snyder Cut's really good. But like, Batman versus Superman ruined another movie for me too, because I used to get into these arguments about movies all the time, and I really loved Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder reboot of Superman story. Really liked it. Thought it was good. Different retelling, but I liked it. I really did. After Batman versus Superman, I couldn't deal with it. I was like, this movie's fucking trash. Martha. Aquaman was okay. Um, I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. The first Wonder Woman was 7 out of 10. 84 was 6 out of 10. Most of the Marvel movies, most of the Marvel movies are solid 8 out of 10s. Captain Marvel, though, got about a 5 out of 10 just because I hate Brie Larson. Nah, that's not the only reason. I've never finished the movie. I can't fucking finish it. The movie is terrible. Like, why would anyone subject themselves to this movie? Some of the Marvel Disney Plus series, they're solid 6.5, 7s out of 10. WandaVision was good, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot to digest with that. Um, Loki was really good too, but there was again a lot to digest with that. Falcon and Winter Soldier, also it was good, but I would say almost every one of them got about a 6.5, 6 out of 10. Mandalorian though, solid 9 out of 10. I don't have very many issues with The Mandalorian. I think Jon Favreau's storytelling and story arc is really good. I loved uh, the inclusion of um, the Clone Wars cartoon into the series as well. The Dark Saber was really, I nerded out about that. Same with Ahsoka. I thought that was a really good addition to the series. And it was also nice to know that she survived Order 66. But yeah, to really impress me with a movie, you have to do something that is incredibly I don't know. It has to be a certain, there has to be something to you, and there has to be some substance to the story you're telling. Um, Perfect movies. What would I consider a perfect movie that's going to get a 10 out of 10? Now, to be a 10 out of 10, this would be a movie that has never failed to entertain me. I enjoy the movie every time I watch it. I usually discover something new every time I watch it. And again, it's just never failed to entertain me. I can only think of a handful of movies like that. Uh, Shawshank Redemption never has failed to entertain me. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, good James Cameron film, never failed to entertain me. Key to Freedom. I guess I should go and do that quest too. Princess Bride is another one. Never fails. I should have had more mana when I started this shit. Yeah, we'll find out here. Yeah, I got him. Should have had more mana though, that's no lie. That is no lie at all. I need to disenchant. Disenchant this too. Alright. Oh, large radiant shard. Okay, so I got the smithing turn, the spyglass. Let's see here. What else do I got here? I need one more. I need one more dagger. And then I need to go down into the pit. Slaver. I need to kill this guy. just go into the pit anyway. Just jump down. Alright. Slave workers. Doesn't really affect me. Finish that. Alright. And here I am. Into the pit. Clunk. Trade master. What? Huh? Who the fuck are these guys? They're not PvP. You know what? I'm 98% sure that's an alliance fucking dude. Hopefully I can get this shit here before. Oh, Jesus. That was a lot rougher than it needed to be. It's alright. 22 minutes to get through this. I don't know if I'm going to get it in this video or not. We'll find out, though. That means I got to get a percent a minute. I don't think that's possible for me. I'm going to pick up that extra guy too, aren't I? That sucks. Alright. Well, this video was fun while it lasted. I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you guys next time. Find me at Eonian Gaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Patreon. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will catch you next time. This is Roz, signing